Terry finally signed, inked to a $96 million 3-year deal with the Commanders. $30 million signing bonus for the guy, for the old man, the 30-year-old wide receiver that is getting paid baller money. Now, all the details haven't come out yet, but this is great news for JD5. It's great news for Commander fans. It's great news for Deebo, really, because Deebo is going to roam free throughout the entirety of the field as McLaurin's stretching defenses. JD5 is being spied, and Deebo is getting wide open in spaces he's never seen before because he's always the focal point of a defense. So this is good news for everybody. Commanders are my Super Bowl pick. At least it's going to be Commanders versus somebody from the AFC, but I've talked about this before. This locks them in. I haven't moved that circle around there since we talked about this last. Commanders are headed to the bowl, and there's so much to break down here. Great news all around. Fantastic news. Scary Terry, 3-year, $96 million deal, $30 million signing bonus. More details to come. The Fantasy Football Show. Early morning, 8:47 a.m. my time. Breaking news show begins now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
No one's saying he deserves to be paid this amount of money. Let's just be honest. He's 30 years old, but it doesn't matter. Right now we're here talking about the fantasy implications, not about what we would do if we were GMing this thing. And you're gonna have to pay for. Let's see if there's more details coming in real quickly on the contract. $96 million max value, potential incentives to be reached. Full breakdown still to come. 3-year deal, just still $30 million signing bonus. We're still waiting on guaranteed money and things like that in the incentives package. But you want to win a Super Bowl, you want to not waste any time with Deebo. There is a different aspect to this that we haven't really talked about much, but Deebo's on borrowed time, right? And if you have a better shot, or maybe your only shot at winning a Super Bowl in the next 2 years with Deebo healthy, with McLaurin healthy, you got to kind of have them both firing on all cylinders. So this move was also because they know what they've invested in Deebo. Investing in Deebo, bringing Deebo over was a huge investment for this year and next year. And you're lucky if you get that next year out of Deebo because he's been abused by Shanahan and the 49ers. So it's not like you're guaranteed 2 years out of Deebo. So this move is also a move that says we gotta do this for Deebo because Deebo might have 1 year. Let's get it all together. Let's bring the boys back. Now, let's see what the guaranteed money looks like, because this is a huge number. This $30 million signing bonus makes me think the guaranteed money isn't what he wanted, but maybe they moved this number up high enough for him to be like, that's what it's about. I don't know. We'll see what he gets signing bonus wise or guaranteed money wise. It'll be very interesting. But signing bonus $30 million. I mean, that's fantastic. Is it going to be like a $45 million guarantee, $50 million? I don't know what it's going to be. I think that was where the hang-up was, but the upfront money is where they wiggled this out and got it all done just in the nick of time. Now, I will say this. Scary Terry McLaurin is going to be a high injury risk player walking into 2025 fantasy football drafts, and you might have already drafted. He's going to be extremely high risk for getting hurt. Holdout players get hurt so often, and when they're 30 years old. Ziggy, how old is Terry McLaurin?
Terry McLaurin is 29 years old and was born on September 15, 1995.
Yeah. So September 15th, he's turning 30 here right after the season begins, right after. And holding out adds a whole dynamic of risk all by itself. Holding out as a 30-year-old player is a whole nother level of risk. Now, I'm not worried about, what if he misses weeks 4 through 8? They'll be fine. Maybe that's where the injury happens. Maybe he recovers. Maybe it's not a season-ending injury. Maybe it's just a hamstring tightness in weeks 2, 3, 4. And he comes back and he's fine. So, not extremely concerned as long as it's just something that maybe takes him out a couple games. But the odds of him being injured at some capacity, soft tissue more likely than anything, they're high. They're extremely high. Deebo's going to the moon. This does not hit Deebo's value whatsoever. Deebo's still a Mars man or moon man extraordinaire. Where's Deebo?
The moon man. He's on a shuttle to Mars.
He's a Mars man extraordinaire 2 years in a row. That doesn't change.
Loads dropping.
I think we might got the contract details coming in here. $30 million signing bonus. Okay, that's the same thing we got. A little late there. Some of these people, I can't stand how everybody, like, I come in here and I talk about it. I get it. Like, I'm in a way, I'm doing the same thing I'm complaining about. But I break it down and the implications of it, But good Lord, my phone just blows up. I follow a lot of people and I have alerts turned on so that I can bring breaking news to you guys. But when something like this happens, 77 of the same messages come through. Terry McLaurin. And everybody's just copying the original. It's wild to me that I even continue this little circus. My phone is just vibrating with the same message over and over and over. Nobody's breaking it but Schefter or whoever broke it first. Maybe it was Schultz. I don't know. But it's wild. It's wild that everybody just has to be a news reporter. Why does everybody have to be a news reporter in today's day and age? I don't know. Let's talk about what you guys feel. We got about 400 people in the building here. I should have went live on X as well. I do that on breaking news shows, but all right. So let's open the phone line. Super chats will be handled in order in which they're received immediately. Dial into the show. Phone lines are open.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
We'll have a conversation about what you expect out of Terry McLaurin. My total breakdown of this is great for JD5, great for the Commanders, great for field position, great for getting into the red zone, great for everything. This doesn't have a negative effect on anything. JCM goes to the moon. Nothing is bad at all. Maybe Ertz would have caught some more passes. Maybe that hurts Ertz a little bit. Ertz could even stay healthy. Ben Sinnott, if that doesn't happen, Ben Sinnott's season is going to be eventually here. I think he's a great player. So we'll see what all this means to you guys, and we'll toss everybody on the phone line here and see what is what. Let me first start off with 209. You're live, 209. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Tony. Hey, Smitty. My name is Tony. I'm calling from California.
Antonio from California. What can I do for you?
All right. I have kind of a bit of a dilemma. I feel a little weak in my running back room.
Bro, we're talking about scary Terry McLaurin here.
Shit. Sorry, Smitty. All right. I'll call later.
Wait, what? Did you just call me sweetie?
But I apologize. I'll call later, brother.
No. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. It sounds like you call me sweetie. Go ahead, real quickly. Wrap it up as quick as you can. Go ahead.
Bijan. Okay, I got Bijan, Bryce Hall, and Tajay. Yes. Then Tajay.
Smitty, not sweet. The Smitty, not sweetie. And it's Breece Hall, not Bryce. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Bryce, aka Breece Hall, Bijan, and what else?
Ollie Gordon and Nick Chubb, but my receivers are Brian Thomas, AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson, and George Pickens. Do you think I should trade some wide receiver depth?
I mean, bro, you got BTJ, Garrett Wilson, George Pickens. You got Bijan Robinson, and I'm sorry, who was the other one? It was Breece Hall. You're fine.
George Pickens.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. I mean, would I maybe try and move Breece Hall and a player? I don't know what you got on your bench to try and upgrade Breece Hall slightly. Maybe sure. Hendy,
Hampton. Rice right there.
I don't know. I like your team, bro. I don't think I'd sweat the Breece Hall value. I think Breece Hall's fantastic. Who's your running back three?
My running back three would be dang it, 1 second. Nick Chubb. Oh
yeah, Nick. I like how you laugh at it, bro. You got Ollie Gordon though. I'm gonna say stand down, bro. For right now, stand down. You got some good players. Rasheed Rice might be out for a little while. maybe not, and you'll be okay. Don't discount Breece Hall, bro. You know, people are chattering in your ear. They're saying Breece Hall, he sucks. Bro, you loved him a month ago, did you not? Like, what are we doing?
Yes, I did.
We letting other people influence us into thinking what? They don't know nothing, bro. They don't know ball. Walk away from it.
Yeah, well, now you're right. Well, on the Terry McLaurin thing, you're right.
All right, hold on. Let me merge this call real quick. Hold on. Hey, mute yourself real quickly. I'll be right with you. All right, go ahead. What was your name again? Continue with what you're saying. Antonio, what's up?
Yeah. All right, so check it out. I think the Terry McLaurin thing, it shouldn't have any bearing on Deebo. I think he's still going to ball out. And everyone talking down on him is just creating insane value for the people who really have him targeted a little further down the board than he should be. If I'm drafting again tomorrow, and I'm definitely making him a target of mine.
You know, I love that. I love that maybe Deebo's going to maybe take a little ADP hit on this because people are fickle. The same people that tell you that Breece Hall has got no shot at being a running back 2 on your roster, a high end running back 2 that could really play like a running back 1. Those are the same people that are gonna be fickle Freddies with this kind of news. Like, oh, McLaurin, like this is already known. McLaurin was on the team. Like nothing was gonna get better for Deebo. Deebo was only gonna get overworked. I said this before. I answered this as honestly as I could. People said, hey, would you rather have McLaurin traded or not? And I said, honestly, no. I mean, if he did get traded, we'd have an initial, Deebo's going to be force-fed. But his injury risk would go up a little bit, and he might be less efficient. Now he gets less work, is more efficient, might have the same exact numbers, and it may be twice the chance of staying healthy.
If anything, I think he's going to be more efficient because defenses are going to be keying on him specifically. That'll leave a lot of opportunity for him.
And I don't know. I suppose that maybe this hurts JCM's value a tiny bit to the point where people start to back off a little bit because they think, another toy is there for JD5 in the offense. We thought maybe it would be focalized down to JCM and Deebo, and now we've got McLaurin back. But again, nothing changed at all. And what people don't realize is that Deebo is literally going to have no defensive attention. He'll just be wandering in spaces all over the field like he's never seen before. He's going to think that the referee blew the whistle. He's going to be like, why is this wide open right here? Why is there no one standing around? Why are there not 3 players standing right next to me? I don't get it. Is the whistle blow? I don't understand what's going on here. Deebo's going to be wide open. Deebo's going to be so slippery out there. This yak yardage monster, this broken tackle machine. Do you know that Deebo Samuel, last year, everybody likes to rip on this guy. He had such a bad year, he dropped off. Do you know that Deebo Samuel was number 3 in yards after contact last year? Do you know that Deebo Samuel was number 7 in broken tackles last year? Yeah, he was 30 in yards after catch because it wasn't his best season, but somehow this man still knows how to break tackles, grab yards after contact. He is an absolute boss. And he's in some of the best shape he's been in a long time, and everyone likes to make fun of that. They don't know ball. They don't know ball, bro. All right, I got to go. Appreciate you. Have faith in Breece. 978, you're live. What can I do for you? Is this Michael?
Yeah, what's up, Smitty?
What up, Michael?
Been watching the show for a while, but I've never had your number written down to give a call. But
attaboy.
So I think anyone that knocks any of these guys down at all from this deal is pretty ignorant, because I don't know how this offense could have reached its full potential with Deebo as the 1 at this stage of his career. It wasn't going to work without Terry, and I think JCM will be better on a better offense with better receiver help, moving the ball down the chains. We'll get more goal line work, and I just think everything will be, obviously will be humming at a higher rate with Terry.
Yeah. I will say that they're better off with McLaurin, but I think that everybody acting like Deebo couldn't have got the job done, that they wouldn't have, look, Lane is not necessarily a verse player yet, but he would have stepped up. He would have had to have, McCaffrey's little brother would have had to have done something, and gotten in the mix, and then they would have been fine. I think to say that Deebo at this point in his career, I think that's demeaning his value, and I don't think it's warranted. I think Deebo Samuel could survive. I think he would have survived. He just would have had a little more injury risk, and he would have been potentially less efficient because he would have been a defensive focal point. But I honestly believe they would have still balled the hell out, bro. I have no doubt about that. But they're going to be a more dangerous offense. There's going to be a more dangerous offense. This is like the difference of, T. Higgins being on the Bengals. And I don't want to say Jamar Chase because Jamar Chase is such a different weighted amount of value. Like the Jamar Chase and Higgins value is not the same thing as Deebo and McLaurin, which is like 50-50. Both are equal. But taking T. Higgins off the roster would make things less effective for Jamar Chase. So this is good. Yeah. But Deebo, let's be careful how we say Deebo at this stage in his career and all that, because Deebo is going to ball the hell out, bro. He's still Deebo. People just don't want to admit it, and especially Niner fans they get in their feelings, and they're so bent out of shape about Deebo. Like, look at this guy. Look at this guy, 49er media. He comes around here every once in a while when there's Niner news. Deebo's been washed. It's because you're a Niner fan, and you're really in your feelings. You're really upset about Deebo leaving.
Smitty, let me say one more thing, though. Deebo hasn't had over 900 yards in 3 full seasons.
Bro, Deebo every single year is dropping wads all over the field in other ways that measure. You got to understand that he's been captured inside Shanahan's system that limits him of being a receiver because he runs him so much. And he does things with him that break his body down. Look at this green-lit board on my screen. I don't know if you can see it, but you can't be third after contact in yards, 7th in broken tackles, and literally, except for one category, it was yards after catch in 2020. He's green-lit top 10 in every single season, except for in 2024, he was 30th in yards after catch and 14th. And these are the offense. This is what Shanahan's doing to him, what positions he's putting him in. Look at this. There's no receiver in the league has these numbers, bro. Back to back to back to back to back. You're a Niner. Are you a Niner fan? Are you a Niner fan? Be honest.
No, hell no. I'm a Patriots fan. I don't give a shit about the Niners.
Bro,
let me say one more thing, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Please. So if he's third in yards after contact in 24, but he has 600 yards, it's a pretty small sample size there. I'm just saying.
Bro, what does that tell you? That he's so efficient. He's doing that with freaking nothing. That's even more proving my point. Yeah, you just proved my point even more.
Yeah. It's easier when you're getting the ball less. You have more explosive reps in the tank when they're not feeding.
Bro, come on. Yeah, third in yards after contact. Third in yards after contact, bro. You can't get less work and that not be impressive. Come on. And number 7 in the league in broken tackles with less work. I mean, you're proving my point for me. The thing is, Deebo Samuel.
I'm not a Deebo hater. I'm not a Deebo hater.
No, but you sound a little bit like it though when you're trying to say that there's negatives here in front of the positives. You are. You're saying, but he hasn't had over 900 yards. Like everybody's got a story to tell about Deebo when he's been used as a wide back, a running back, and a wide receiver for years. So how is a guy supposed? Yeah. This is like when people said last year, Genty, he had 500 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns in 2023, but last year he didn't catch the ball much. He was a little busy, bro. Genty was rushing for 29 touchdowns and 2,600 yards. He didn't have time to catch the ball. Deebo was a little busy running the football for his coach.
I use that argument. I'm a Genty believer through and through, and I use that same argument all the time.
Okay, so understand that Deebo's busy.
I'll go.
Yeah.
My only point was I'm a JD5 guy. I have him in all my dynasties. I love him. I won leagues with him last year in redraft, and I'm pumped that Deebo can be the 2. I'm not trying to take away from.
You have a funny way of celebrating. I'll tell you that. You got a funny way of celebrating. Call in and trash Deebo. This
will be huge. This will be huge for JD5's confidence going into the year.
Why you call in and say anything negative about Deebo as if like, okay, hold on a second, like Deebo hasn't really. Bro, watch what Deebo does this year.
All right.
Deebo, you got to understand, Shanahan handicapped him. He basically handcuffed him and put him in very, very vulnerable positions to get injured. And tell me this, is Deebo really all that injury prone? Or is it the 49ers system, the coaching staff, the training staff, their lack of stretching, all the things that we've talked about on here? Everyone is hurt. Up and down the wide receiver room, up and down the running back room. Everyone's hurt. Is Deebo really injury prone? Was he not taken care of? These guys don't stretch at all in San Francisco. This is not some conspiracy theory. My boy Raj, RSF 49ers, the biggest, not even just Instagram, biggest Niner community and page known to man, has said that they don't stretch. He goes to the games and he watches, and during the Denver game, the Denver
history to that right leg.
I don't think you're listening. I don't think you're listening to me, bro. I don't think you're listening to me.
He's prone. It's fair to say he's prone, despite what's going on in San Fran.
He's not, Michael. He's not. We'll see you later. I've had enough of you. You call in to celebrate the Commander news, and all you're doing is trashing Deebo. You're trashing your own celebration, bro. Someone's throwing you a party. You're taking a piss right on the table. It's getting on the cake. All right, let me go over to Joel. Joel, you're live.
Yeah, what's up? I think
what's up,
this
my boy?
helps Deebo and JD5 a lot.
Of course.
I think McLaurin's still going to have a pretty solid season. I do agree there's injury risk with his hamstrings. He's coming in late. So I think Deebo is going to be the wide receiver one for the first month or two. Yeah,
I mean, and then you got the McLaurin injury risk. But let me just finish this point on Deebo, because that guy clearly doesn't like Deebo. He says he likes this news. He clearly doesn't. Deebo Samuel has never been put in a position where he's been his body's going to be taken care of in the way that it will be in Washington. Washington, I don't know if it, like I said, Raj always talks about how they just don't stretch. During the Denver game, which I was trying to tell him, the Denver game, they came out, the Niners, and were like this. Okay, let's go play football. And literally don't stretch. They don't stretch at all. Not to mention that Shanahan's system is so aggressive to one's body because there's so much movement and pulling and mismatches and tight ends and running backs blocking linebackers and things, because you're constantly moving pieces around, pre-snap motions that are putting vulnerability in front of every player constantly. It's just wear and tear. That mixed with the lack of stretching, mixed with probably what I would say is bad training staff, mixed with the way Shanahan practices. He runs his guys ragged in practice. This is all coming from Raj. Okay, this isn't me speculating. This is coming from the biggest Niner community and Niner page out there. And he's the one that said this. They don't stretch. Shanahan runs them ragged in practice. And the system is a big part of it too. So Deebo being coined as this injury-prone player that's living in a world where all the wide receivers are injured. All the running backs are injured, and that's just this year. It's every year. So I don't want to hear Deebo. I don't want to hear anything about Deebo. Let Deebo go out and prove that right now, with his newfound happiness, feeling like he's wanted, and being extremely happy, being motivated, we'll see if he stays healthy this year. And there's a strong shot that McLaurin and Deebo are just equals in terms of production. I'm not saying that Deebo trumps McLaurin, but McLaurin probably doesn't trump Deebo, and Deebo won't play running back at all. He'll play wide back. Wide back does not increase the injury risk at all because it's out wide. He's getting tackled by defensive back still. It's just a matter of how you getting the football to your player at the line of scrimmage or downfield and getting a hospital ball served to you, like he was served so many years by Jimmy Garoppolo. So anyway, Joel, anything else?
No, that's it. I just think Deebo is going to be a beast. And I think McLaurin, he had 13 touchdowns last year. I think it's going to go down to 8 or 9, too.
Even if it was 9 or 10, it's still a really good year, and he's still a fan. But Deebo's going to have, I think, roughly the same. Even if Deebo runs 2 or 3 in, or if some of the, let's say JD5 throws a ball to Deebo and he steps behind JD5 slightly, turns into a run, not a pass. 2 or 3 of those, whatever the case may be, Deebo will have a sum total of 9, 10 total touchdowns. McLaurin could have 10. He could still have 11. McLaurin could still have 12. There's still an argument that McLaurin, it's not that regression's in store because he had an anomaly touchdown season. He's never had a good quarterback. So maybe this is the normal for, McLaurin. Not to mention, it's hard for me to not envision JD5 being maybe 1/5 or 1/6 better than he was last year. and that's going to increase the touchdown opportunities, increase the yardage, increase everything, the efficiency, the red zone, frequency, all of that. And so any sort of potential taking away Deebo might do. And keep in mind, Deebo's not just coming in and ripping fully out of McLaurin's share. There was a receiver that Deebo replaced, and that receiver was getting X number of looks and targets. So Deebo absorbs that. And then there's a little bit more he might take from McLaurin. But then does that wash by the fact that JD5 just gets 1/5 better, and now he can replenish what was just taken? So, I agree with you that I do think there could be some regression, more so than something greater or exactly the same. And Deebo will account for some of that. But I think McLaurin and Deebo could literally be 1A and 1A. Or you want to say 1B and 1B. All right, got to go, Joel. Appreciate you. Later.
Thank you.
Ron, wait one second. Let me get this $20 hauler out of the way. This is from Stay Golden, dropping a 20 watt on screen. Stay Golden, I appreciate you.
Alert. Super chat alert.
I appreciate you, my guy. He says, how did I do, Smitty? 12-man Superflex, full PPR, Lamar, JD5, Caleb Bowers, Hampton, Garrett Wilson, Sutton, Hendy, JCM, Deebo. Bench is Reed, Coleman, Mims, Benson. You don't have much on the bench that you can potentially maneuver to get much of an upgrade, so you'd have to kind of wait for, I think, Benson to pop off. Reed would have to get healthy. Mims would have to be the guy I think he could be. Blue would have to take over. So essentially the only thing you can do is maybe trade like JCM and Sutton, or JCM and Garrett Wilson, which I don't necessarily do unless I'm getting the right player. So JCM and Sutton for BTJ, JCM and Sutton for London, JCM and Deebo, JCM and Garrett Wilson for a London or a BTJ or something like that. If you can't get that, I'm kind of feeling pretty solid about your team. I think JCM and maybe, so you have Garrett Wilson, Sutton, Hendy, Deebo. You kind of are spread out perfectly to where if like you were to do a 2-for-1, you could potentially create a hole for yourself that you can't fill. However, I do like Mims enough that if you were to trade Sutton away, let's say Sutton and JCM and get one, stronger running back, even if it was Harvey or you got Hampton. If it was Harvey or if it was Kyron, or if you were to maybe even get like a Breece Hall, if you want to bank on that, Mims could jump in. So Breece Hall and Mims versus Sutton and JCM. Now JCM might be so good that you regret doing this. I want to tell you that that's possible. But if I'm you, I'd probably sit on this unless the right offer, one that you cannot refuse, comes a knocking. And would I toy around with seeing if you could lure somebody in by just saying, hey, just so you know, Garrett Wilson or Sutton and JCM are available for one wide receiver or one running back, and somebody goes, yeah, Harvey, he's not even a starter, I'm going to get rid of him. Then all of a sudden you can maybe do that move. But there is also a world where JCM is as good as Harvey, and we don't really know. I'm not saying I bank on that. I'm not saying I expect that. I'm just saying that we don't know what JCM is yet. We're just scratching the surface. This could be Chase Brown, the beginnings of a Chase Brown, and no one really knows what it is at the infancy stage. But it also could be something that kind of it dies as quickly as it was born. So we don't really know. This is an infancy level, situation. So thank you for that $20 hauler, my boy, dropping the wattage. B-Men coming in strong with the 2 super chats, $9.99 hauler. Rushing attempts, PPR auction. Burrow, Lamb, London, Rice, Hampton, Monty, Bigsby, benches, Dak, Jennings, Tootin, Sampson, Keenan. I like the team, bro. I mean, obviously I'm not like in love with the Monty flex role, but it's not bad either. Like he could still have like 10 touchdowns and 800 yards or something. And they plan to use him. I don't think he stays healthy all year, but I don't think it's that bad. There's nothing to really trade here, because unless you were to divide and conquer Lamb into 2 players, which I don't really think you need to do, Bigsby might step up in a major way. You've got Tootin. I'm going to bank on Tootin Bigsby providing you with enough value at some point, even if it's week 3, week 4. Think of like Chase Brown. Chase Brown didn't become a monster until week 4. I was wrong in week 1. I was wrong on Chase Brown in week 2. I was wrong on Chase Brown in week 3. We thought Smitty was dropping a deuce on this prediction. And then week 4, he exploded and never looked back. So I'm going to say, like, expectation-wise, Bigsby, Tootin, Maybe it gets ironed out by week 3 or 4, but I bet you Tootin or Bigsby unseats Monty as your flex spot. Wouldn't be afraid to put Monty in there the first week, though. So I'm going to say B-Men, leave it alone for now. Also forgot my tight end is Kraft. Kraft is crafty. So I think you did good with that. That's a good squad, my boy. All right, let me go over to Ron Navy real quickly, and I'll finish these Super Chats in a second. They're all lined up right here. Ron Navy, you're live.
Hey, finish your Super Chats, dude. I'll wait.
All right.
Because I'm going through the bank anyways.
All right. I fumbled my draft, 12-man league. Jaden Daniels, Amon-Ra St. Brown, BTJ, Trevion Henderson, Tyrone Tracy, George Pickens, TJ Hawkinson. I don't think you fumbled your draft, bro. You could definitely, this is a good team, first of all. Second of all, you could easily, if you wanted to, do a divide and conquer move with St. Brown, who's got first-round value. Who would you go get? Maybe a Harvey and a receiver. Do you even need to do that? Not really. George Pickens and maybe Tracy for one bigger monster, but let's let George Pickens do his thing in week 1. I have a feeling George Pickens is going to be a top 12 wide receiver. Maybe top 10. I really think he looks so fantastic right now. He's catching everything. Let's let him gain some value. I like your team. I don't think you botched it. I think anytime you go early, Hawkinson's not extremely early, but whenever you go early quarterback, it puts you in a chasing all the positions vulnerability state. And you were probably feeling that way, and that's why going early quarterback doesn't always feel the best. But I think you did fine. But I think you're a candidate to wait out 1 week and see what your players look like value-wise before you start poking around. And not to mention, coming out of week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, sometimes all the way to week 7. But specifically for you, weeks 1, 2, 3, there will be slow starters that you could go buy low. And maybe your guys are popping off. So where we fix some of your teams out there, if anybody feels like you're on the struggle bus walking into week 1, where we fix some of your teams will be coming out of week 1 when a Travis Hunter has 40 yards and 3 receptions and everyone and their mother goes into full-on panic mode, and then we go buying. Kyron Williams has 65 yards, no touchdowns, 1 catch for -2 yards, and everybody's trying to sell Kyron Williams off of 1 week, and we will be there to take advantage. Now we'll have to sift through what looks good to buy and what looks good to stay away from, or what looks good to sell. We'll take care of that. That's why I'm here. But you're going to have plenty of opportunity to maneuver. Let's let week 1 play out, because that's where some of the opportunities will arise. Smitty, Home League, Superflex, JD5, Achan, Hendy, BTJ, Deebo, Ingram, Travis Hunter, Gordon. Let's see here. What do we got? I like the squad. JD5, Achan, Hendy is fantastic. BTJ, Deebo, Ingram, fantastic. Travis Hunter, fantastic. Drake May, very good. Harvey, not a single thing I'm doing here. Let this play out. I want to get Ibuka in your lineup, though, somehow. So I guess what we'd maybe do is try and trade. Damn, bro. I mean, it's not bad to have depth, I guess. But I don't even want to get rid of any of your lineup. Maybe, as much as I love Deebo, you're trading Deebo and potentially... Damn, man. I mean, Deebo and Harvey could, even though I love both of them, that could get you a pretty solid, maybe after, if Harvey has a big week 1 or something and Deebo does well, you don't know what you could turn that into. You're a candidate to wait as well. Because all these guys you're gonna maybe trade, even if you were gonna trade Ibuka, which I would never want you to do. I want you to get him in your lineup. All these guys, Travis Hunter, Ibuka, Deebo, Hendy, Ingram, Harvey, Gordon, Sharps, Ridley, all these guys are not going to be players that people want to go get until they prove themselves a little bit. So I would definitely wait if I were you. I fumbled my draft. No, you didn't. Is that the same question? It is. You did fine, bro. You did fine. Relax. Relax, my guy. This one here from the boy says, in a 10-man PPR league, I get 1 keeper. Do I keep JJ at the 1.5 or McLaurin at the 6.05? Potentially getting Genty or JJ at the 1.5. I mean, that I guess you're keep. Well, McLaurin at 6.5 is pretty good, but I don't know that it's like you. I mean, I wonder if you'll be looking at your pick on the clock and saying, "Damn, Harvey's still there," or something like that, and you're like, "I would rather have Harvey than McLaurin, maybe," or something like that for your team build. So I don't know that McLaurin's necessarily a lock at 6.05. It sounds like pretty good value, of course, but you never know. I'd probably say lock McLaurin in at 6.5. Get that pick back where you can draft that player back. And if you're telling me you can keep JJ at 5 or draft JJ back at 5 but keep McLaurin, probably is the right move. Unless you just feel like you believe based on your league mates that 6.5 might be a more attractive pick than McLaurin. Which, I mean, he had such a good year, I don't know that I would, but there's injury risk, so I could understand that. But I'd probably say JJ or whatever gets through. Yeah, I'd probably say keep McLaurin. It is good value. I don't think it's going to burn you. 10-team PPR: Burrow, Genty, Hampton, Neighbors, T. Higgins, Njoku, Ted McMillan, Pearsall, Fields, JCM, Pollard, or Dunze. You could maybe move JCM if you wanted to now, or Pollard and Pearsall to get one. Harvey, Garrett Wilson, MHJ type player. If you wanted, you could move T. Higgins and JCM for maybe a BTJ type player, maybe a London type player, maybe a Kyron type player. Those would be good moves for you, I think. This one right here, what's good, Smitty? What's the word on Tyler Warren Dynasty? Tyler Warren's going to be a top 5 tight end, and he's just a fantastic player to have in Dynasty. So I think if you have him, you should be holding on to him, and your value for him is not going to be high enough to trade him. So if you're trying to trade him, you got to wait. But yeah, top 5 tight end in Dynasty. I like him better than Loveland by quite a bit. $10 hauler from 3834. Rate my team 12-man, 0 tight end, 2 flex. Goff, Williams. I don't know if this is super flex. It doesn't say, so I'm going to assume no. Goff is your starter. Bajan, Connor, Hendy, JCM, London, Ladd, Hunter, Ridley. Like the team a lot. Probably trying to trade Ridley and JCM for that one player, that Kyron, that BTJ, that London, that maybe you've got Hendy already, maybe Hampton, maybe a potential MHJ. I think that would be a pretty decent move. But I'd try and focus on the running back because you got Bajan, Hendy, and then if you're or your flex, you're going to be getting that JCM replacement. So it's probably going to be a running back if I'm making this trade. So Ridley and JCM for a running back. Or Connor. You could trade Connor if you want. You could keep JCM. Why don't we trade Connor? He's older. I think he could get hurt at some point. Connor and Ridley for that same type of player, and then keep JCM. That would be my final thought there, and appreciate you. And 2 more super chats, and then I'll go straight to the phone line. Actually, we just got another one that came in. Sorry. Hang tight for me, phone line. I'll be right with you. 12-team PPR: Baker, HN, Hendy, JJ, JSN, DK. Actually, Ron, let me clear the phone line because this is going to keep continuing. So I'm not going to get through them. I'll never get to you guys. Let me go to Ron Navy real quick. Ron Navy, you're live, and then rock out, and then I'll clear the phone line and then continue.
All right. Hey.
Yeah.
I'm ecstatic, dude. I mean, Warren, I think he got what he deserves. It's like $1 million less than what DK gets, and that's understandable because he's older than DK. So I am so ecstatic because I got so much JD5 and McLaurin and Deebo. I got more JD5 and Deebo than I got JD. But I got combinations of all 3 of them on the same team too. So
yeah,
I am so glad that it got deal got done. I can breathe a little bit now because I'm sitting at 60% exposure with all of them.
Yeah, the only thing you're gonna have to worry.
I love Deebo. McLaurin. I think you're spot on. I think McLaurin and Deebo, they could very well end up right around each other. One might be a little bit ahead of the other, but they're
1B.
Very around each other.
Yeah.
And I also agree with you because we've seen it in the past. He needs to be really careful in the season because the injuries could happen. He's not known for his injuries, but he he hasn't been doing what he needs to do. So
yeah, no, he could miss just like a chunk of time in the middle of the year. It's soft tissue. He sits out 3 games, 2 games, and then he's fine. Like, it does, just because he might be injury prone this year, being that he's 30 and he held out, doesn't mean it's season ending. It just means he might something might linger. He may even play 17 games with a little bit of like a lingering injury for like 2-3 games into the bye week, and then when he comes out of the bye week, he's healthy and he never even misses a game. It could be that kind of thing too. It doesn't have to be season ending. But I think McLaurin's very at risk of an injury, but yeah, 1B. These guys are both the number 1 wide receiver for the team, and that can wash in a different way than people think too in terms of the value, because Deebo will be playing wide back. Deebo will have rushing attempts, but from the wide back positioning or end arounds like he did in the game. It was an end around that Deebo took, 19 yards? So Kingsbury's going to use him like Shanahan did as a wide back, or as Miami Mike used him more rather. Shanahan used him as a running back and a wide back. But everybody's confused about what wide back means because Shanahan blurred the lines between running back and wide back for Deebo. But wide back does not increase his injury risk. Wide back is out wide. It means he's going head on against non-linebackers, whereas in offensive linemen, whereas when Shanahan lost all of his running backs because his entire running back room, every single player from Christian McCaffrey all the way down to Eli Mitchell that year, and everyone was hurt. Deebo was the only healthy player, and he put him in as RB, not a part-time RB, not getting some work. He was an RB, and then everybody thought wide back meant he's going to get injured. No, it's not. Wide back is not playing running back at all. It's playing wide back, running back from out wide. Essentially, think of it like a kick returner. He's getting the ball at the line of scrimmage instead of catching it 4, 5, 6 yards down the field, or whatever the case may be. And that's just getting him in his creative space. A lot of screens, things like that. And Deebo's going to take him to the house because that's what he does. He's one of the best yak yardage receivers to ever play the game, and he's still playing at that level. Whether you've been brainwashed into thinking that he isn't playing at that level because someone told you, or Niner fans are so bitter that they lost him, they're pretending he's not playing at that level. They're pretending he's overweight and not in great shape like he actually is. But it's a narrative. You saw media come in here, Niner fan. He's like, he's washed. He's been washed. He's washed because you don't have him anymore. That's why you feel that way, media.
Yeah. You know what's funny is he came over to Washington with a fantastic attitude. He did an interview. He said, I gotta play my best that I can play. I gotta be prepared. I'm gonna give him the best that I can give him. I'm going to be the best version of myself, basically. That's what Deebo came in saying.
Yeah. And
that's what you want to hear. And then, that whole thing with him and McLaurin, and now you got...
He can't be man covered. This is another thing that is repeated. Bro, this is the exact line that's being used. We don't care in San Francisco, I'm telling you. This because you're a Niner fan. And I got this right here. Fire says, don't lump all Niner fans together. Why? Why shouldn't I? Fire? Because this guy out of nowhere, all the Niner fans, 90% of them, they get in their feelings. They don't even know ball half the time. When they come in and they start saying things like Deebo is bad, he's overweight. This repeated line by Low Grinds, he can't beat man coverage. Smitty, stop it. This is the same thing people regurgitate over and over. It's the same line. Everybody's using the line that's the line is that the line we're using? He can't beat man coverage? Okay. It's research, right? Okay. It's not Shanahan's fault. You sure? Oh, wait. He didn't even play wide receiver. Just use him as a running back half the time? I mean, come on, bro. Come on. He can't beat man coverage. If you can't beat man coverage, how do you have these numbers? How are you one of the best yak yardage receivers to ever play the position in the last 10 years? How do you have a green-lit column here, and here for yards after catch, yards after contact, and broken tackles year after year after year? Don't tell me he can't beat man coverage. Come on, my guy. I feel bad for you. Jeez.
They're just
All right.
butthurt. They're butthurt.
I got to go, Ron. Appreciate you.
Yep. Talk to you later.
Rock out. What do you got? What do you hear? What do you say? And then I gotta handle these super chats.
Yeah, I'm pretty ecstatic about Terry McLaurin in my
bet you
mind. When they made the deal for Deebo and Tunsil, it'd be like for nothing if they didn't sign Terry. I knew it was gonna happen. I think it was game 32, but congrats to Terry, and he's gonna open a lot of coverage for Deebo. And versus the 49ers, they would run him inside. He'll bash into his lineman. Versus Washington, he'll just go around and then beat up on safety.
Yes, sir. All right, my boy. Appreciate you. Congrats.
All right, cool.
Congrats, my man. Later. All right, phone lines are closed because I got to get through these super chats. We got Savage with a $20 hauler. My boy, coming in strong.
Alert. Super chat alert.
I swear. Channel, do you understand why I lump Niner fans together? It's all the same, bro. Niner fans can't even, it's like politics. It reminds me of politics. It stinks like politics. They can't be happy with Deebo. They can't be happy for Deebo. They have to tear Deebo down. The moment Deebo's gone, and this is the perfect example of this. This is why I lump Niner fans together, Fire. Because they always do this. When Mostert got injured, he was getting threats by people. He was enduring so much. He said he was so depressed, bro, that he questioned things. He questions like everything about life because the Niner fan base was so brutal to Mostert when he got injured. And this fan base, to how mean and disrespectful and ruthless they were to Deebo when Deebo held out to get his bag. And Deebo is one of the most likable guys in the world. It's the Niner fan base, bro. They're so loyal, and there's some good qualities in that. But they're so disloyal the moment you leave or anything. They're so bad, bro. It's toxic. And the Niner fan base, a lot of Niner fans will tell you that it's true. You know, they'll tell you it's toxic, man. You go into the comments of like a Niner live stream, it is so toxic. What are we talking about? Low Grinds, you wouldn't know because you're wearing goggles this thick for Niners, so you wouldn't know what we're talking about right now. Crazy, bro. All right. Savage, appreciate you. 12-team half PPR super flex. Read the rooms. Read the room, Low. Read the room, bro. read the room. 12-team half PPR super flex. Mahomes, Knicks, Kyron, Breece Hall, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Travis Hunter, Deebo, Krosky, Merritt. Like the team a lot. Charbonnet. You're like a lot of these other teams. You're waiting for Tootin and Blue and Sharbs and Krosky, Merritt, and Deebo, clearly, because people doubt Deebo because they don't know what they're talking about. You know, until people that don't know ball that say Deebo is bad and he's washed, they need to see it. And once they see it, they realize, damn, you know, it's crazy how people forget how good certain players are. And this goes back to even like last year when Barkley came over to the Eagles, bro. People didn't even want to draft him at the top of round 2. This channel said, draft this man, he will win you a league. This channel told you to take Barkley. This channel told you that Barkley got the best offensive line he's ever even heard about. And we've never seen Barkley run behind a good offensive line with a good quarterback, with a team that's going to march down the field and live in the red zone. And people were afraid, petrified to take Barkley at the top of round 2. This is in a smaller sense. This is very similar. People are afraid because of what they've seen Deebo do and not do over in San Francisco in a very limited situation. And some people, and I bet you anything, that guy probably thinks Shanahan's a great coach. He probably thinks Shanahan's a great coach. This is a horrible situation. He's a great offensive mind, a great offensive coordinator, a great scheme guy that can carry his team as he's coaching it badly through playoff games, go into a championship game, make a Super Bowl appearance because his offensive coordinator abilities and capabilities are so good. It'll mask everything that's so bad about how he coaches. This team is in holding pattern unless, because you want these values to climb, unless in the Superflex, Knicks and Mahomes is crazy. Kyron, I like Breece Hall. I don't trade him because you're just going to end up having to trade him low. Deebo, again, you got to wait. None of this you can really trade high. The only player you could trade high right now would be actually nobody, because even Kyron people are afraid of. You know, it's something that you got to be careful of, not to trade a player before they've got any chance or sense of regaining the trust of the fantasy football community. Otherwise, you're just going to sell low. Your team is completely a wait-and-see team. Let Brees gain that value. JSN's even not going to go for what he should go. The only thing you have a shot at doing is maybe trading like Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt while his value is high with, let's say, a Deebo or a Brees Hall and just getting a bigger gun. But I'd probably wait until they gain value because I still think you're not going to get what you should. Fantastic team. I would say in general, in a super flex, you're at 8.4, 8.3, and then you're just one move away or some sort of add drop situation away. Yeah, Deebo is one of the biggest steals in all of fantasy football, bro, at the 6th, 7th round territory. And with this McLaurin situation, it's clearly going to drop him back a couple picks. I don't think it moves him around, but it might move him like a quarter of a round or a half a round down in the final best ball drafting stages that we're entering right now. Just because people have that, they're very fickle. People are very, very fickle. They have that reaction. They're very reactionary. And even though this is all very known at the beginning of the holdout where people weren't really concerned and they value Deebo a certain place, Deebo's not returning to that territory. Deebo's now cheaper, he's going to be less expensive, and people are scared of him. Start RJ Harvey or Bill week 1. Probably Harvey right now, but let's let it play out. We don't have enough information for me to cement that in at all, but I mean, I'd lean toward Harvey now. Trevion Henderson, Kamara for Pollard, and Gibbs in a 12 Superflex PPR. I'd assume this is redraft. Otherwise, you would have told me that. But even so, it's more advantageous to maybe do this in redraft than it is obviously in Dynasty. But I still don't think I'm trading. I think Trey Henderson's the next Gibbs, but I still don't trade Gibbs. But it's close. If you did it, I wouldn't make you take a lap. It's close enough that it's not a craziest thing in the world because Kamara could play well, but I think Kamara drops off mid-season. I think he has a Mixon year where Mixon just kind of fell off the face of the earth, my boy. 14-team league, 8th pick, Neighbors, McConkey, Henderson, Hurts, McMillan, Mason, Myers, Charbonnet, Allen, Strange, JCM. 14 teams are hard, bro. Neighbors, McConkey, and Henderson and Hurts is pretty damn good in a 14-team league. I like this team a lot. JCM or Mason with McMillan for a big monster like BTJ or London or Kyron, or maybe even you could even say like Ladd, Mason and McMillan for Ladd. That would be good for MHJ if you believe in MHJ. Past that, and I try and keep JCM. I trade Mason and McMillan and keep JCM. That's what I do with that team. And then you're just waiting for Charbonnet, bro. Charbonnet comes to the rescue. Your team is going to take off beyond everybody else's. This one here from 7758, $10 hauler, 12-team half PPR keeper league. Purdy, Achane, Henderson, BTJ, Devontae, Jacoby, Kittle. Bench is Woody Marks, Aaron Jones, Mason, Coleman, Jennings. Lad owner wants Jones or Hendy. What would you offer? Definitely don't give him Hendy, my boy. And that's like saying the guy next to me at the restaurant wants a filet mignon steak with mashed potatoes loaded and a side salad with ranch, or he wants a hot dog. Okay, so give him the hot dog. What would I do? Lad owner. So I give him Aaron Jones and maybe Jacoby Myers. I give him Aaron Jones. Honestly, Lad McConkey's worth. Damn, you don't have. I mean, I don't know that you can even come up with anything. Jeez, and I definitely would upgrade Purdy. I don't like Purdy as your quarterback. I would definitely say Aaron Jones. You're not going to get Lad with Aaron Jones though. I'm not giving up Hendy for Lad. Hell no. I wonder if you could give him Mason and Aaron Jones, but I doubt it. But you could always try. Lad's worth a lot, though. Would I give him Adams for Lad? I'd probably say that in redraft, that's a wash. But it's a keeper league. And in a limited keeper league, though, you almost have to treat it like a redraft if you can only keep like 1 or 2 players or whatever. I don't think you can do this trade unless you do a 2 for 2. So like a Ladd and something for Aaron Jones and Devontae. And without knowing what he has, I can't really advise you on it. But I will say your team's pretty good, minus I don't want Purdy as my quarterback. Achane, Hendy, BTJ, Devontae Adams, Kittle if you were to stay put. Sounds like you're a Niner fan because you got Kittle and Purdy. So if those are your boys, that's fine. I'm not going to talk you out of that. And you got Mason, former Niner. I have a feeling you're a Niner fan, which is fine. And, we do appreciate our well-behaved Niner fans that think clearly and don't wear the goggles to the show. But yeah, Ladd would be a fantastic upgrade. Just not using Henderson. Do not trade Henderson. Love your team, my boy. Love it. It's a great squad. We got a $2 hauler here. Hendy or trade for Brees and future third. I could care less about a future third. Hendy or trade for Brees. Henry or trade for Brees. I thought that was Hendy. I'd rather have, in Dynasty, I'd much rather have Brees, bro. Because he's a young man. Henry's not going to last long at all. So that's an easy call. A very easy call. Sheesh with the $20 hauler gets immediate attention. Sheesh, appreciate you.
Alert. Super chat alert.
$20 super chat. $20.
Thank you, my boy. And then we got bunk bed celebration here. 2 $20 haulers side by side. Let's hit that one more time. Let's hit it one more time.
Alert. Super chat alert.
$20 super chat.
Look at all the Niner fans. I love I don't know where all the Niner fans came out because of this news being a degree separated from Deebo. Pretty Ricky. You guys think Pretty Ricky's a top 5 wide receiver, don't you? I think they do. I think they really think Pretty Ricky in San Francisco is a top 5 wide receiver. It feels like that's what they think. All right, $19 hauler, 12.5 PPR, big money, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 flex. JD5, Terry, Igbuka, Hunter, Addison, Bijan, Hampton, RJ Harvey, Dobbins, Gordon. Love the team. Pitts, Triple H and Associates. Team name, that's great. Great team name, by the way. You know what another good team name is, if anybody needs a good team name? The dollar bill emoji for Bill. It's just, I don't know if you can change your team name. That's what I thought of the other day. Somebody said Bill, and I was like, what about just the dollar emoji? So just see if you can change your team name to a dollar bill emoji. Just one, just singular. I took a book over Pretty Ricky. Well, you should have. Yes, that was smart. Okay, this team's really good. Bijan, Hunter, Harvey. I love the team. Gordon, love it. Very, very good. Igbuka, Hunter, Addison, Terry. JD5, I'm not saying to get rid of Terry because you probably like that cuffing situation anyway, but I would explore, what you could get if the opportunity arises. But I don't know that you can do much other than like Addison and Terry for one better wide receiver, and I don't think you're going to really get that with the suspension coming up. So I would say this team doesn't have much trading capability. So it's not a bad thing. It just Igbuka, Hunter, Addison with the suspension. Hampton still climbing up. RJ Harvey doubted like crazy by people. Gordon's not there yet. Could be very soon. Pitts is doubted. There's no tradability here. You'd just be taking a bath on something you don't need to take a bath on, bro. Like a buggy bath.
Get buckied.
But, I just let this team ride. But the good news is I like it a lot, bro. Igbuka, Hunter, Addison, this is a good team. Your running backs are strong. I'd say this is a good 7.9, and I don't give you an 8 because I want you to make one move, whether it's waiver wire or one of your players like Gordon steps up and gives you, or let's say Hunter becomes that top 7 or 8 wide receiver, or Igbuka becomes a top 7 or 8 wide receiver, or Terry doesn't get injured and is a top 7 wide receiver. Like something like that happens, that's the only thing you need to have to bump you over anyway. It could be on your roster already. Fantastic team. My boy, thank you for that $20 hauler, but you're in stand-down mode. Smitty, 12-team PPR, ESPN has me 11 out of 12. That's what you want, because you're going to have a lot of rookies. You'll have without even looking at it, it's got the Harveys, the Hamptons, Travis Hunters, the JCMs, Penix Jr. or something like that, your team's going to have that, and that's why you're getting those scores. Lamb, what's your take on a fantasy platform? I like Sleeper, but I like playing on ESPN most, honestly, and I don't play on ESPN at all anymore. Because commissioning is so easy, and I like to have everything in one place, so Sleeper's been that go-to, but I do like playing on ESPN more. Although I hear they changed it, and I haven't played this year on it, so I don't know if it's worse. I've heard it's worse. Yahoo I hate. I can't stand playing on Yahoo. ESPN and Miss Smitty's league that I do it's just kind of like I wish I could get them to move it over, but they stay on Yahoo. My draft: Lamb, AJ Brown, JD5, Hampton. There you go. Hampton, DJ Moore, Hunter. There you go. Krosky Merritt. I called 3 of those guys. Tyler Warren, Sharps. Yeah, Sharps. I have no idea. Great team. Do I think you need one move or player to get into that 8.0 territory? Absolutely. But I think I'd maybe toy around with trading AJB for a step down wide receiver and running back combo. Like AJB for like a Breece Hall and MHJ. AJB for Garrett Wilson or Emeka Egbuka, and then that extra running back like a Harvey. Go to the Harvey owner. Go to the MHJ owner. Go to the JSN owner. And just see what running backs they have. Past that, I'm waiting a week before I do anything with this team, because I don't really want you trading Hunter or Krosky Merritt low. Love Tyler Warren. Charbonnet and Mason might be your saving grace later. In fact, you could try and trade Mason now. Mason, keep Krosky Merritt. Unless you actually shop Krosky Merritt and Mason, do not trade them unless you get a killer deal. Jordan Mason or Krosky Merritt with DJ Moore. Maybe even keep AJ, or try AJ Brown and Jordan Mason for an upgrade to Lamb or BTJ or something like that. If not, DJ Moore and Mason for MHJ, Garrett Wilson, and that JSN variety. Those would be my 2 maneuvers for you right now. Thank you very much. Bowers on that team too. Forgot to add that. That's crazy then. 8.8. 8.8 maybe, my friend. Thank you very much for the super chat. All right, Hassan, what's up, Smitty? Knicks, Purdy, London, Garrett Wilson, Ayuk, Emeka Egbuka, Jaden Higgins, Thornton, Chase Brown, Kamara, Hampton, Sharps, Blue, Goddard, Okonkwo moves. So, assuming this is 1 QB, love Knicks is your starter. London, Garrett Wilson. I would not draft Ayuk. He's going to be worthless this year. So, I don't know what you could have got there. You got to think about these things when you're on the clock, and it's like Ayuk's going to be out for, 4 to 6 weeks really, and then they ramp him back up, and he's probably not going to be the same all year. Like, you could have got an Ollie Gordon, you could have got someone like that, Krosky Merritt type player instead. So if you got another draft, don't waste it on Ayuk because you're a Niner fan. Emeka Egbuka and Chase Brown. Kamara, I don't like Kamara that much this year in terms of the longevity. I think he plays maybe great for month 1, maybe month 2. Explore trading him high while his value is high, because I think he'll pull a Mixon on you and drop off the face of the earth right before the end of the season. Chase Brown, Hampton, Sharps. Sharps will serve you well when he rises up like a phoenix, and you could trade him. Jaden Blue's good value. Love Garrett Wilson, London, and Egbuka. Those are your top 3 wide receivers all year long. Chase Brown and Hampton are your number 1 and number 2 running backs, and then Kamara is your flex until you trade him maybe for... Let's say you trade Ayuk, if you can even do that. Kamara and, you could even swing big for like a Kamara and maybe, you could try Ayuk. I don't think he's tradable. Kamara and Garrett Wilson for like a Lamb-esque player. I would look at that. Past that, you're kind of just waiting. You could trade Kamara straight up for Harvey right now if you wanted. to kind of get out of that risk while before you what if Kamara's not looking good at all and you can't get rid of him? Offered RJ Harvey for Caleb Johnson and Pitts. Offered RJ Harvey. You're offered RJ Harvey, or you offered, you know what I'm saying? I don't know which side, so I'm just going to tell you which side I want to be on. The RJ Harvey side by a country mile. Caleb Johnson and Pitts don't hold a candle to RJ Harvey. Might ask for a future pick. Have concerns about the 2.5-year age gap. I'm rebuilding thoughts. The age gap concerns me zero because they both walk in with 0 miles on the odometer, the NFL odometer. So I'm not worried at all about RJ Harvey. RJ Harvey by a country mile. And it's not even close. It just really is not. Harvey's going to catch probably 70 footballs this year. Would you trade MHJ for Mahomes? QBs may. Not if it's a 1 QB. Think about the ADP. Well, CMC, Achane, Hall, JCM, MHJ, Rice, Igbuka, Hunter, Deebo. You got good receivers. You could maybe afford to do this. And honestly, they're not that far apart in ADP. I think you should be getting more if it's a 1 QB. And I would probably try and trade CMC for something, to be honest, bro. I know you probably like him, but I'm getting rid of him. 10-man rate this team. QB, Knicks. MHJ, London, Hunter, Rice, Genty, Hampton, Henderson, Sharps, Crosby. Hold on a second. Let me move this over here. It's William Super Chat. Thank you, William. MHJ, London, Hunter, Rice. Love that. Genty, Hampton, Henderson, Tees, Sharps. The team is fantastic. Don't do anything. How'd you do? You did great. Nearly a 9. I'd say 8.8. Sit on it. You got so much talent. Why mess with it? Would I maybe try and upgrade Knicks into like JD5 or something? Sure. Could you do that with Charbonnet later? Maybe. Would I do it with anything starter-wise now? Probably not. London, Hunter, Rice, though, is pretty freaking good. But you will have Rice potentially out a couple of games at least, I would think. We're still waiting on that. I wonder if that news breaks today, to be honest. I do wonder if we're going to get that Rice news in a little bit. I just have a weird feeling that this week we're going to hear at least an update, not necessarily a conclusion, but they're probably going to try and settle before that hearing date. And I imagine Rice has a little bit more likelihood of being out the first part of the season, like the weeks 1 through 4, versus playing weeks 1 through 4 and then being out potentially week 5 on. I think they're going to settle. So I think Charbonnet, you just wait on Sharps to gain some value. That's probably what my advice would be. Alex, appreciate you. Would you trade MHJ for Mahomes? Oh, I already did that one. I would probably say get more. Just get a little bit more. And I'm okay with it, but you got a lot of depth and it's a smaller league, so I can keep 2. Bajan at 67, Gibbs at 40, BTJ at 7, and Ladd at 6. Look, Gibbs is expensive, but it's worth it. He's a significant discount across from like Bijan. But honestly, I think Ladd at or BTJ at 7's undeniable. Ladd at 6 is pretty close to that. You could just keep those 2, but then you're just spending top dollar for that running back. So I would keep Gibbs and BTJ. Final answer. That's me. I don't mind spending a little bit on Gibbs. He's still extremely cheap. In my other league, I'm doing 3 players, 12-team keeper league. I have Malik Neighbors in the 2nd, Burrow in the 5th, Bigsby in the 14th. I have the 1.1. Do I take Jamar Chase or Bajan? Malik Neighbors in the 2nd, Burrow. I'd probably say Bijan because you have Neighbors and have a receiver already locked down. Absolutely. Go balance. Balance is always the best approach, and that was a $20 hauler again.
Alert. Super chat alert.
I don't always go balance if best player available guides me, but when best player available is equally on both sides, then you go with the balance, especially when you can come out with maybe the number 1 wide receiver in the league in Neighbors per start. I still worry about him having surgery like week 15 or something, but per start, you have maybe the best wide receiver in the league and the best running back in the league. And so that's an easy call at the end of the day. Hendy, Hunter, Harvey. Thank you again for that super chat, my boy. Hendy, Hunter, Harvey, Igbuka have to sit one in week 1. Don't sit Igbuka. I'm just telling you. Don't sit Hendy. Probably you just got to wait between Hunter and Harvey. Right now, if I had to like get on a plane and not land until week 2 and I had to just make a decision, the door is closing. I'd never open the plane door until after week 2 and it's closing. And I'm telling somebody to set my lineup and it's about to close. I'd probably yell, Hunter. I'd start Hunter. Just for now, until we get a little clarity on. And again, Harvey, we know that Harvey could potentially blow up in week 3, week 4, week 5. It could be like Chase Brown. But I think there's still a shot that he just splits the work in week 1, which is fine. There's tons of work to go around. You got to understand that Alvin Kamara was running back 4 when Sean Payton drafted him as a rookie running back. He caught 81 balls as a rookie, was running back 4. Mark Ingram was running back 9 that same year with double-digit touchdowns. Don't think that there can't be a coexisting situation here. But I would probably lean toward Hunter at first. 14-team PPR, Hurts, Nico, BTJ, Rice, Ingram, Swift, Pollard. Like the squad a lot. Moves you can make would entail a JCM and Swift, one or the other, to go along with maybe a... I don't think anyone's going to take Godwin. I would go to a running back needy team and just give them Swift and JCM for like one player. You might be able to get a Breece Hall or something like that. Very doubted Breece Hall. Very doubted MHJ. Without giving a running back or a wide receiver back, you could do like Swift and Godwin for something. But who wants Godwin? Maybe somebody does. I don't want you trading Hurts, Nico, BTJ, or Rice, though. So you don't really have much to trade. How about Pollard? Pollard and keep JCM. Pollard and Swift for one slightly better player. Try poking around at that. It's going to be hard because it's 2 RBs, but there probably are some RB needy teams that have like an excess wide receiver somewhere. Imagine if you got Buka. Right? You don't really need the wide receiver, though. Who are your running backs? Do you really not have anything but Swift and Pollard? There's no way. Because I just thought you were maybe listing some players. Like if this is your team and you've got Swift and Pollard as your 2 RBs, you've got to keep JCM. If that's the case, go get Breece Hall for Swift and Pollard. Go get, and he's so cheap right now. Breece Hall for Swift and Pollard. Man, is that your only running backs? Did my chat get passed yet? Probably not, bro. I'm still going through them. They're all on screen right here. What RB could you get? Let's see real quickly. I think, let's see. RB would be Breece Hall, Chuba Hubbard, RJ Harvey. RJ Harvey using Pollard and Swift. Breece Hall using Pollard and Swift. I don't know if you have Brashard Smith on waivers and you could trade for Pacheco. Might not be a bad idea, to be honest. I don't believe in Swift and Pollard being there for you. That's brutal. If those are your RBs. Thank you, Parker. Parker, appreciate you. All right, $20 hauler is going to get immediate attention here. Thank you for the $20 hauler. Let me set this one over here. Okay, this is another $20 hauler. Yeah. 2245.
Super chat alert.
And 2245 is coming in strong today. In the same keeper league, assuming I take Bijan at the 1.1, is it okay to take Harvey in the 3rd round and Hunter in the 4th? You're probably going to want to go 4 and 5. I think unless the keeper league is in such a way that you're actually talking about this being equivalent to a 4 and 5, then yes, you're fine. But if this is like really the third round, it's truly the third round, and guys are written in, but they're written into those rounds, then I mean, I think you're still going a little early. You're going one round early for each, unless this is not what I'm thinking, and you are technically in the 4th and 5th round. Then yes, I would be fine with that. But don't do it in the 3rd and 4th round officially, because that would be a round too early. All right, let me see. I got this pile right here that I think I need to go through first. Let's go. This one, Smitty, I'm in a super flex. Got Pat, Mahomes, Penix Jr., Kyren, RJ Harvey, and let me switch that damn song out. It's too loud. Let's see if I can. I'll leave it there for now. Smitty, I'm in a super flex. I got Pat, Penix Jr., Kyren, RJ Harvey, Pollard, Mason, JCM, Tank, Ray, Chase, Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, Horton, Mooney, Bowers, any wide receivers I can target. I know I've asked Ramrod, Ray, but is Tootin greater than both? Ramirez, yeah, I'd probably say Tootin's better than Ramirez. But as far as who's Ram? I know we're talking about Rodriguez, but you said them both. Who's the other one that we're talking about? Tootin's fantastic though. Tootin's one of my favorite players to pick up. Kyren, RJ. Okay, this is good. Kyren and RJ is fantastic. Charbonnet is fantastic. Pollard and Mason and JCM are expendable if the price is right. So I guess what I would do here is move Devontae Smith and I'd probably keep JCM. Devontae Smith and Mason, Devontae Smith and Pollard for one slightly better wide receiver. Who's slightly better? Probably say Ladd McConkey. I would probably say JSN. I would probably say Drake London, BTJ. You're not going to be getting much higher than that, but you could maybe get a Drake London. You could go AJ Brown if you wanted to risk the biscuit a little bit. That's a good squad, and go pick up Tootin for sure. Omar says $10 first year subscriber. How did I do? 12-man PPR QB, JD5 Penix, Harvey, Achan Sharps, Bill, Mason, Brashard Smith, Neighbors, London, JMO, Hunter, Horton. Your receivers are off the hook. Tyler Warren's fantastic. Your quarterback's as good as it gets. Penix, Harvey, Achan, Sharps, very, very solid, bro. Love the team. Absolutely love it. Sharps will come into his own. Bill and Mason are semi-expendable. Bill, Mason, and JMO. Can you trade JMO and Bill or JMO and Mason? Hopefully Mason and keep Bill. JMO and Mason for Ladd, for Drake London, for BTJ, for running backs. We're talking Hendy, who do you have? You have Harvey, Hendy, Mason, Kyren, Hampton. Hendy for sure. JMO and I bet you JMO and JCM or JMO and Mason would get you Hendy, and I'd trade all three for Hendy. You know what I'm saying? Jose, here's your question. Moves to make 12-man. Fields, Bucky, Kyren, Connor, JSN, Sutton, McBride, benches, Mason, or Benson. Not many moves to make other than Connor, Benson, and Sutton for one bigger, stronger, better player. Now, because you've got Bucky and Kyren and you've got only JSN and you'd be maybe trading Sutton potentially, you would need a receiver probably. Golden and Benson together could get you something when Benson gets more value, if he gets more value. Matthew, Golden, and Connor and Benson together, if you wanted to keep Sutton, could get you something pretty significant. We're talking all the guys I just kind of named: MHJ, Ladd McConkey, Trey Henderson, potentially Hampton, potentially. I said Ladd, potentially a BTJ, but probably not likely. You go that high, you're probably not going to get it. 12-team PPR, Baker, Achan, Hendy, JJ, JSN, DK, Andrews, Myers, Tank. Thoughts on a trade? I guess I would say Achan, Hendy, JJ. There's not much to move here, bro. The only thing you could do, no one's taking Tank Bigsby right now. No one's taking Mark Andrews in a trade. No one's really taking DK unless you couple them. You got a good squad. Achane and Hendy are phenomenal. JJ, JSN, and DK are great. Andrews, you're fine. Baker. There's not much you can move here. The only thing you could maybe move would be to trade out potentially JJ. Like if you could get JJ turned into a London and a Harvey, I'm okay with that. Or JJ and yeah, you don't even have anything on the bench that someone would trade for. I don't mean that as disrespectful. I just mean there's not like Tank, Algier, no one's Ayuk, he's not even playing. Mooney's injured. Like you drafted 2 injured players that aren't even going to help you for half a year. I'd get rid of Ayuk and Mooney, put them on IR, pick up Gordon, pick up Tootin, get these guys that can fire off the Charbonnet type players that can win a league. DK, yeah, keep Achane, keep Hendy. Look into trading JJ for London or BTJ with an additional like Harvey, Breece Hall type player. You do that and you got yourself a nice little upgrade, in my opinion. Thank you, Viral. Thank you, Craig, for dropping these 2 super chats that got you on screen here. I got another super chat here. I think that one I've already put on screen. Yes, I did. All right, over here to Tubby. 12-man super flex, regular flex, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 tight end. Josh Allen, Drake May, Daniel Jones, Hampton, Warren, Pacheco, Caleb Johnson, Tracy, BTJ, Scary, Terry, Shakir, Judy, Hunter, Henry. Do I upgrade at tight end? Hunter Henry's okay. He's not the worst, but yeah, I want Kyle Pitts in a very cheap upgrade. He's going to cost you nothing. Jennings, Shakir, Shakir and Hunter Henry. You figure out who's got multiple tight ends. What tight ends are on waivers, bro? Maybe there's a tight end that I like better than Hunter Henry, but Hunter Henry's not bad. He's all right. He should have a decent year, but yes, I would definitely potentially upgrade. Josh Allen, so super flex. Josh Allen and Drake May. It's good. Daniel Jones, would I move him before he loses all his value? Probably. I don't know if you'll get anything, but people are weird about superflex quarterbacks sometimes. Probably look to trade maybe Caleb Johnson while you can. Tracy has good value. Scary Terry, I'd still contemplate trading him. Judy, I'd contemplate trading him. So I guess you could go like Caleb and Scary Terry for 1 lad or higher. Hendy, Harvey, Hampton type of player. You got Hampton already. Scary Terry and you could trade Hunter Henry and Shakir, like I said, for Pitts. I'd even consider doing some sort of 2 for 2. You trade Hunter Henry, or he doesn't even want Hunter Henry back. You could just trade Scary Terry for Pitts and something, maybe an Ollie Gordon or someone like that we absolutely love. A JCM. Thank you for the super chat. This one right here, let me get this one out of the way. I have JCM and Eckler drop Sampson for Rodriguez. Probably right now, I could understand that. I don't know. I dropped my kicker. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to house all 3. I'd rather have... I don't think I love Eckler right now. I think I'd rather have... I guess we're calling him Ramrod now. I'd rather have him than Eckler, and then just keep Dylan Sampson. Dylan Sampson could still be valuable. I'm not cutting Dylan. 14 team standard. Jamar Chase, Neighbors, Waddle, Joku, Bo Nix, Chase Brown, DeAndre Swift, Ford, Ollie Gordon. Keep Ollie Gordon. Nothing on the bench. If that's Jamal Williams, but I think it's Jamal or Javonte. Jamal Williams. Javonte Williams is probably what that is. If it's Jamo, you can trade him. But Swift and probably Waddle for 1 slightly better player. MHJ, Kyron, Breece Hall, etc., etc. Easy light work, honestly. That's an easy trade. 12-man PPR Dynasty, Knicks, Genty, Hendy, BTJ, Harvey, Jamo, Olave, Mims, Sharps, Mason. How do we feel about my team? Any moves to make? I'd probably say Genty, Hendy, BTJ, Harvey, don't touch. Knicks, love it. Jamo and Olave, Jamo and Mason. Sure. What do I like? I like MHJ more. I like Garrett Wilson a little more. Obviously, like Kyron more. I like BTJ London more. I like JSN a little more than JMO and Mason. You don't have to make these moves either. Viral says, rate my team. Any moves? Dak, Gibbs, Hendy, London, Wilson, Pickens, Ingram, Sharbs, Deebo, Mims, Thornton, Benson, Penix Jr. I like it. Very smooth. Deebo and Wilson for one better player. Hard to do a 2 wide receivers for one player, but, you know, I've done it before. Don't want to move Gibbs or Hendy, so you can't really give up running backs unless we get something out of Benson or Sharp, so you're kind of in a holding pattern. If you can't do a Deebo and Wilson, or I don't even know if I want to trade Pickens, man. He looks so good right now. And you have Dak, and that's fun. I know it doesn't count much to have a stack at all. Sometimes it's a hindrance. Yeah, I'd probably say I'm trying to move, even though I love Deebo. I'm waiting for Charbonnet. Charbonnet and Benson need to gain value viral before you can do anything. The only thing you could poke around at is Deebo and Wilson for one bigger monster wide receiver. And it's such a rarity that somebody needs 2 wide receivers and gives up one bigger, stronger player. But you could try it. Just look around, see who's got that BTJ London-esque value. And Ladd kind of qualifies. 10-man PPR rate. The team, JD5 Bucky, Trey Henderson, CD, London, TJ Hawkinson, Rashee Rice. Beautiful team. Aaron Jones, Judy, Tank, Braylon, Higgins, Tesla. Probably trade, I'm not afraid to trade Hawkinson, to be honest with you. But I probably would trade nobody in your lineup. Nobody. Aaron Jones and Judy. I don't even know what that gets you. Breece Hall. Aaron Jones and Judy. MHJ, probably not. DSN, probably not. Xavier Worthy, probably not. Try it. Judy and Aaron Jones could get you Worthy. That protects your Rashee Rice. I look at that. Harvey. Pickens. I'd trade that for Pickens. All right, 2 super chats left. Have 2.1, 3.1, 3.5, 3.6 on the board. Samson, Gordon, Fannin, Brashard, Thornton, Bryant, Dart. Who should I take? Anyone to add to the list? Honestly, that's such a vague question. I don't know who you could add to the list. There's so many players that would. You're gonna have to give me the list. I just can't find that. I would say my rank is Gordon, Burchard, Smith. I don't think this is super flex. You didn't say. If it is, then Dart needs to go maybe at the top, but if not, I don't really put him here if it's non-super flex. I would say, Samson, Fannin after that. Thornton. Okay, so Gordon, Burchard, Smith, Samson, Thornton, Fannin, Bryant, Dart, in that order if it's non-super flex. And then it's really the same, minus you're going to put Dart at the top of that if it's super flex. Trade. Give Hurts and Juwan Jennings, receive Knicks and Rashee Rice. I would take Rashee Rice and Knicks in a heartbeat. Make this trade, yes. And then I'm still considering trading a great team, Devontae Smith and McMillan, for like one receiver or one running back or whatever. The team would be fire. St. Brown and Rice is fantastic. Deebo. You kind of do need the depth for when he's probably, sitting out his suspension. What do we got here? To the moon. Thank you, pal. Scott, appreciate you. Scott with the super. Scott says 10-man PPR, Lamar, Chase Brown, Henderson, Harvey, love it. Warren, Mason, Bigsby, Blue, dropped. Hold Tootin, yes. Drop kicker, hold Tootin. Keep doing that until as long as you can. Try and make moves. Lamb, Egbuka, Tet McMillan, Pearsall. I'm trading Tet McMillan and Pearsall the first chance I get because their values are crazy. and Mason. You could throw Mason in. And I think you probably get an MHJ or potentially you could maybe get Kyron. There are people crapping on Kyron left and right on shows everywhere. It's insane. It's crazy. They drafted another running back. What happened to the last one? They just paid him. They just paid the man. It's so wild to me. Tet, don't trade Buka. Tet and Pearsall for one MHJ, one Lab McConkey, one George Pickens. Go get George Pickens. Pickens is a baller. That'd be a great move. Breece Hall, Kyron, Harvey, all solid players. Got Garrett Wilson in the late 4th. Yeah, I mean, I got him in the 5th. I think 5th is even more of a steal. But yeah, 4th is okay. I think it's good value. I don't think it's a steal of the draft because he's going in the 5th a lot of the times. But yes, 4 is good. It's good value. Very good value. Guys, I appreciate your super chats. I'll take 2 calls and that's it. And then if you don't get in, I'm gonna close it. So if you don't get answered, you don't have to keep calling. You're not gonna get in. So 2 calls, go fast, rapid fire, not full team evals, rapid fire.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
All right, caller 510. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Smitty, it's Suchi calling from San Francisco.
What did you say your name was? What?
It's Suchit.
All right, I don't know what that is.
You're good.
All right, go ahead. Let me try and repeat it. Suchit.
Suchit, yeah, you got it. Suchit, okay. That's it. You got it.
Suchit.
Yep.
Okay, what can I do for you?
Yeah, so I'm in a redraft 12-person league, half PPR. We had a draft yesterday, so maybe wanted to kind of get your thoughts on how I did, if any moves I should make.
All right.
So,
go ahead.
So I got Drake May, McConkey, Worthy, Bijan, Hampton, Evan Ingram, Jameson Williams, and then on the bench I got Hunter, Javonte Williams, Bill, JCM, and then Ferguson, T-Law, and then Rashad White. Want to know if there's any moves I should make?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't write all that down. Name your starters real quickly, one more time, as fast as you can.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Yep, Bijan, Worthy, McConkey, Drake May, Hampton, Evan Ingram, and then Jamal Williams.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. J-Mo and so you got Bijan, Drake May, McConkey. I don't know, bro. What are you thinking? Let's start there, because I mean this is vague. I like all the players.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like iffy on, I'm thinking about like letting go of Rashad White because I saw that Higgins from Texans is available, so just having that as a spot, but at least I get someone sitting on the bench. But outside of that, I don't know. I'm going to sit on Hunter. I have T-Law also on the bench. So T-Law and Hunter, that's a stack that could evolve. But that's kind of my thoughts so far.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Let me write down your whole team. Hold on a second. That's what I was saying. I can't do full because I can't retain anything right now. Hold on.
No, you're good. You're good.
Bijan, right? Marker's out. Bijan, Ladd, May.
Yeah, Drake. Yep. And Worthy. Hampton. Ingram.
Okay.
And then Jamal Williams as a flex. And then on the bench, I got Hunter, Javonte Williams, JCM, Ferguson, and then T-Law, and then Rashad White.
Yeah. Is Ollie Gordon out there? Is Bashal Tuden out there? Is Charbonnet out there for any reason?
No, Charbonnet's not out there for sure.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's a thin squad.
Tuden is out there.
I mean, I'd rather have Tuden over Rashad White, bro.
Okay. All right, I can do that.
Yeah. As far as this team, I mean, God, it seems a little thin. I mean, you're laughing that Charbonnet's not out there, but like, this is your team. I mean, you got some good players, but I mean, where to go? Like, this is so. Bijan was your first rounder. Maybe this will make sense when I write it out. Bijan was your first rounder. Your second rounder was
number 2. I went Hampton number 2.
Ladd 3. I mean, so it kind of makes some sense. Worthy 4. JMO 5.
JMO was 5, I believe. Yeah.
And then Hunter 6. I mean, it does pencil out. It just it seems like a little thin. You know why? Is because you reached a little bit. You reached on Hunter or Hampton, which makes sense. But then I feel like Ladd's a good pick. The third is a good pick, but for some reason it just makes it kind of the Worthy reach, the Hampton reach, and I like Worthy, but it's like you do one or you do both of them and it just kind of hits different. Love Hunter. Yeah, it's a good team. I don't know where you could do it. You can't really do anything with it. JCM and JMO for like one monster. You know, if you go shopping for, let's say, I don't know, JCM and JMO could get you a BTJ, could get you I probably won't get you a Bucky, but then again, like I've seen Bucky go at 22 overall. Where'd Bucky go in your draft?
He went in the second round.
Like high or
like
low?
The top of it, like high second round. Yeah.
So you can't get him then. Kyron, JMO and JCM for Kyron.
Okay.
That way you get Hunter in your lineup.
You said JMO and
Bill.
JCM for Kyron?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of another player. Hendy. Harvey. I do that for Harvey too. That's me. I'm crazy.
Okay.
Definitely do it for Hendy. Is Hendy attainable for JCM and JMO or no? I mean, Hendy's values is all over the map, so it's hard to know.
Yeah, I mean, it might be hard, but I mean, I can throw out like feelers and see what happens.
What about Harvey?
Harvey, I think I could possibly pull for Harvey. Let me see. Like, I've seen the league who has Harvey. That's the thing. Okay, I think it's possible.
Yeah. All right, come back when you got something. All right, later, bro.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, let's see. We got $20 hauler from J-Man. J-Man in the building.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Yeah, isn't it weird that his team, like, it pencils out, like round 1, round 2 Hampton, but it's a reach. Round 3 Ladd's good value, really. Worthy feels kind of a reach in 4. JMO, it's not really a reach in 5, but it's like and then Hunter's great value in 6, and it still feels very thin. So 209, you got 10 seconds. I'm not doing a full team eval. What do you got?
All right.
10 seconds.
Check this out. What do you think about Jamar Chase for Hendy and Jefferson?
Yeah. Yeah, bro. I mean,
okay. I drafted T. Higgins like literally on the turn because I double tapped my screen.
I mean, Jamar Chase and JJ are not, and while I'm worried about JJ's hamstring a little bit, that they're not that far apart to where you can't take a Hendy, my boy. Is that something?
No, I apologize. James Cook. That he offered me. He wants James Cook and Jamar Chase for Hendy and Jefferson.
Oh, I mean, you did leave that out.
That was an accident.
I think you did it. I mean, maybe you said it, but I didn't hear it. That's a big. I don't know that I love James Cook, but I feel like you can trade him for more.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was feeling. He pretty much countered me. So all right, thanks, Smitty.
No, hold on. I'm not done with this. The reason it hit me that way is because I thought you said one way and then you just added something. It felt like, but I think I still take it.
You still take that, huh? Because I know you're not big on James Cook, and we're all big on Henderson.
I mean, that's the thing, is the difference between James Cook and Hendy's miles, and then the difference between JJ and I'm worried about JJ, but I don't know if you're willing to take that risk. I think the difference between JJ and Jamar Chase is not near as great as the difference between James Cook and Hendy. Am I wrong, chat?
I'm just having a lot of trouble trying to trade T. Higgins. Like I said, I took T. Higgins by accident on the turn because I double tapped my screen. So I'm stuck with Chase and Higgins.
Chat, vote on that one. I'd rather have Hendy. I'd rather the Hendy side. All right, chat's gonna vote. Read the chat, and then T Higgins, go get Harvey. T. Higgins goes before Harvey. That's an easy trade. T. Higgins.
All right, I'm gonna give that one a shot.
T. Higgins for Ibuka even. I like Ibuka more. All right, later, bro.
Okay, thanks.
All right, J-Man, I'm sorry about that. J-Man, is J-Man still here? J-Man, are you still here? All right, phone line's closed.
Let's go, mashed potatoes.
J-Man, where you at? Yeah, where's J-Man at? Everyone's like the Hendy side, it seems. 12-team full PPR. Dak, Penix Jr., Hendy, Harvey, Charbonnet, Spears, Lamb, BTJ, AJ Brown, Ibuka, Dunze, Loveland for a tight end. Any moves? Where's J-Man at? J-Man, you still here? I think J-Man's here. J-Man, step up. J-Man, where you at? You better keep T. J says over Harvey. Hell no. I take Harvey over T every day. All day. All day. There's J-Man. J-Man's in the building. J-Man's here. J-Man's still here.
Let's go, mashed potatoes.
Yeah, buddy.
Can I admit something to you guys? I haven't slept yet. I mean, I'm working on content 24/7. And look, it's what I do. I'm not burning myself out or anything. I'm tired, but this is what I do. I breathe it. I love it. I do love it. I'm not like exhausted. I'm doing a video. I did a video all night. I haven't slept yet. I haven't gone to bed yet. Not one wink. I did get an omelet. I was about to pass out watching what's the movie I just bought? F1, the Brad Pitt racing one. So I had it. I was 10 minutes in, and then all of a sudden I got the alerts. I was like, son of a bitch. I thought I was about to pass out watching F1. But anyway, where is that? J-Man. 12-man full PPR, Dak, Penix Jr., Hendy, Harvey. Look, I love Hendy, Harvey, Sharps. It's going to serve you well. Lamb, BTJ, AJ Brown, Buka is going to serve you well. Do I feel like Lamb, BTJ, and Buka is good enough to maybe move AJ Brown? Yes. Especially if you do throw in a Dunze if you need to. That is only, and I could even trade a Dunze and AJ Brown, but I would love to see you get into a Kyron and something for AJ Brown, because I think your running back stable is great, but I think your receiver stable is way better. So I want to balance it a little bit. So Lamb, BTJ, Buka. So you trade AJ Brown for Kyron. You trade AJ Brown for Hendy. Oh, you got Hendy. Trade AJ Brown for Hampton. Trade AJ Brown for Kyron. Trade AJ Brown for you. I mean, if you could trade AJ Brown and a Dunze for Bucky, I've seen Bucky go for stuff like that. It's crazy. That's kind of where my head's at. Dak and Penix, I don't mind that. A Dunze, good value. AJB, great trade value. Buka, keep him. Charbonnet, wait. And if you don't get what we're talking about, J-Man, just wait a week or two. Let Sharps go in and do his work. And maybe Sharps rises up and he's a top 7 running back, and we're like, never mind. J-Man, you don't even need to make a trade right now because Charbonnet's here to rescue you. Not that you need rescuing. It's a good team. But that might be something. And then even then, you could trade a well-playing, amazing Sharps with a Dunze, keep A.J. Brown, and then get some sort of upgrade running back. Or trade A.J. Brown in a top 7 running back in Sharps if he's in the lineup for a top 3 running back. Top 3 wide receiver, if you wanted. So that's where I would go with those teams. J-Man, does that make sense? And do you have any follow-ups for me? And I appreciate you. Who has a better chance of producing this year? Bond, Pat Bryant, or Horton? Probably Horton, I would say, because he's actually in potentially the starting slot, one of the wide receiver slots. When you are dropping the Super Bowl predictions, or have you already want to make it before? So the reason Savage is asking is I've landed this 2 years in a row where right before kickoff, not talking about my playoff bracket, I ended up switching it up and I didn't predict, the exact outcome or anything during the playoffs. But during the preseason, walking into the week 1 of 2 years in a row, called the winners or the 2 teams showing in the Super Bowl, and then I just dropped 20 on each of those with one different winner. So, for example, KC, San Francisco to show, and then bet $20 on both of them to show with KC winning, bet $20 on both of them to show other side winning. So that's how your boy, Eagles and Chiefs, etc. So I've done it 2 years in a row, and you just drop $20 on each, and it'll pay roughly $1,000 to $1,100, roughly. So $20 bet in Vegas on picking 2 sides and then picking the winner. Okay, looks like a smiley face. The Washington Commanders, I've already locked them in. I locked them in a month or 2 ago. This side is either going to be Denver, KC, Buffalo. I don't think it's going to be the Ravens or Cincinnati, and that depends on their defense. But they still are such a good offense that, they could show and lose. It's going to be one of these 4 teams. But I've locked in Washington. The winner is probably going to be Washington, but I haven't locked it in yet. And that's what I'm going to do. J-Man, does all that make sense? And do you have a follow-up for me? Appreciate you. Going back to my super chat, would you do Kamara and Garrett Wilson for Genty? Is this Dynasty, Hassan? If it's Dynasty, hell yeah. I don't think it is, though. That's too good to be true. I would probably say yes. Thank you, J-Man. Matt says Smitty will make you money. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate your kind words, my boy. Matt to the moon. Let me wait for Hassan. Atlanta could definitely be, a team to contend with here for sure. I wouldn't do it in redraft, says DMO. I might want a little more. Hassan, is it redraft? Oh, Hassan. Hello. I'm so tired. I can't wait to sleep. I just hope nothing breaks. No news, please, no break. I'm just gonna pass out. I'm gonna get in the chair. Do a Ron Navy lazy boy. Just put the pancakes right on my chest, eat, and just fall asleep. He said redraft? Okay. I want a little bit more if I can. But yeah, Genty, I want Genty. I want to do this deal. I'd probably do it if I push came to shove, but I want a little more. If at all possible. Jonathan said, who has a better chance? I already answered that one. HHH and Associates stopping by. My Mahomes Hampton Blue for Allen MHJ. You still here, Triple H? My Mahomes and Hampton in blue for Allen and MHJ. I mean, you got Genty and Harvey. You got Neighbors, Ibuka, MHJ. Chat, what are we doing? What side? Tell me what side you want. Not you wouldn't do it or would do it. What side do you want? Because the way it's worded, too, it's like, I want to make sure everybody understands and they're picking the side. Because people read it wrong. I read it wrong. He writes it wrong. What are you doing here? Cowboys owner Jerry Jones was seen with Micah Parsons' mother before Friday's preseason game. I don't know what the hell is going on there. Yeah, I'm leaning with the chat on this one. I think Hampton I like a little more than MHJ, and honestly, I think Mahomes could be a top 1 to 5 QB this year. So I'm gonna lean toward the Hampton side. Final answer. The chat seems to agree with me. Thank you, Triple H. You're close on that one. Rowan, appreciate you. What do we got here? All right, World 8-team. What is going on here on my computer? 8-team half PPR. I took Ibuka, now second pick, Travis. Travis who, man? Travis Hunter, Travis Kelce. I mean, we got to stop doing with the first names once in a while, like a random first name. Now second pick. I took Ibuka, now second pick is Travis. If that's Hunter, Travis Hunter by a country mile. Hunter, okay. Rowan, thank you. You guys are funny though. Like, everyone be like, yeah, Steve. Gregory. Travis Kelce, Travis Hunter. I'm going to go Travis Hunter by a country mile. Caleb Johnson doesn't hold a candle to Travis Hunter. Judkins isn't even on it. He isn't even signed. The NFL is investigating still. That's easy, bro. Easy. Light work, Rowan. Light work, Rowan. That's the easiest thing I've ever seen. Easy work. All right, I'm out of here, everybody. Appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you so much for being here. I'm live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Hit that thumb up button on the way out the door. I'm live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern every single Monday through Friday. I'm also additionally live whenever big news breaks. Appreciate every single one of you. You guys absolutely rock. I'll see you all later. Appreciate you. Deuce. Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Live additionally whenever big news breaks. Live at midnight Eastern almost every single night. See you all at 8 p.m. Eastern or sooner. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you, Blackbeard. Thanks, Sick Nasty. Thank you, Space Ricky. Thank you, Vampy. Thank you, DeBalt. Thank you, Travis Rowe. Thank you all to my moderators. If I missed anybody, I'm so sorry. My brain is fried. See you all at 8 p.m. Eastern or sooner. Deuce.
JD5 is him, and now all can see. He graduated from Himothy University. Unleash the Washington Kraken. JD5 to Saturn
and beyond.
To Saturn
and beyond.
Supernova.
Brown. Oh yeah. Brown. Touchdown. You hear that sound? It's Chase Brown. Chase Brown, 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 Chase Brown.
Honey, what is that awful sound? Ma, that's Chase Brown. Ma, have you got my Hot Pocket ready yet? Where are the batteries for my Game Boy?
Chase Brown. Taking it to the house every time he touches
the football baby. Taking it to the house every time he touches the football baby.
See you all later. Appreciate you.